Hi Aries, welcome into your reading. Welcome in. Okay, so we're going from pretty much the third week, I want to say, into the fourth, the last week of January. So let's see what's going on here for you guys. Aries, please, what is their situation? Still have my Christmas pajamas. I'm still feeling the season, but they're so comfortable, so I love wearing them. And it's like super early in the morning. And if I didn't do it now, the video wasn't going to happen. It was going to come up tomorrow. All right, why aren't these cards coming out? I have the Nine of Cups sideways. Six of Pentacles, interesting. So what am I feeling here? I'm feeling like, Aries, that your wish fulfillment, your happiness, it's teeter-tottering. And looking at the Six of Pentacles at the back of the deck, it feels like you've been breadcrumbed, or you haven't been given your fair share, or it's not enough. And this really can relate to either your work life or your love life, okay? Because it does have a lot to do with your feelings. The Nine of Cups, it's like you reached a peak or a plateau in something that you desired. And it's like you're right there. You're almost there. You're just like at the finish line, but God damn it, you can't just get over, right? You can't just get there. You just feel like you're being breadcrumbed, or it's not enough, or you feel like there's pity coming towards you from the other end. It doesn't feel wholesome. It doesn't feel complete or good in a certain way. It feels like sort of contingent. We'll see why this is there, and yeah, that's it. There's only one card. What's coming in towards Aries, please? It's last week of, and I know what you might be saying, Aries. You might be all feeling like, is it me? Am I just never satisfied? Am I just not happy? But I don't think that's the case here for you. I think, you know, you, Aries, because you are like the first in the zodiac wheel, you are always the work in progress zodiac sign. You will always be propelled forward. You will always want more. You will always want challenges. And it's not that you're not desiring what you currently have. It's you reach a peak, you reach a plateau, or you're going towards a goal and you're not reaching that goal. You're like there, but not quite. All right, so let's see what's going on. Eight of Wands. And the reason I'm saying this is because I know you're trying to like have an attitude for gratitude. I get that. But at some point you're like, no, wait, what's going to make me happy? Because I'm not feeling it fully. The Eight of Wands and Judgment. You're going to have to make a decision, and you will. You're going to make a judgment call. And it's so funny because I was just reading the Aries, not February zodiac sign, but there was like this stupid thing on my thread where it was saying like, who's going to have their dreams come true coming in February, and you were one of those signs. But what I was reading was like, it is not coming from the universe. It is not coming from an external source. It's coming from you. You are making a deal with yourself where you're going to say to yourself, well, what's my goal? How am I going to get there? With this relationship, with this job, or whatever it is. So I see you doing that. I see these influences grabbing you from this last week of January into February. You're going to take action with this Eight of Wands, and Judgment is you making that judgment call. It's also you kind of like literally making that judgment call. If you look at this card clearly, these are like things that are rising out from the dead, right? So it's kind of like those things that you might have pushed under the carpet or under your bed. You're bringing them up now. You're saying to yourself, you know what? Rise. Let me take care of you, and then really put you to bed. So you're going to take action behind that. All right. Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is typically, for me, I'm feeling like it's good news. It's going to come in the form of something small, though, like an email or a text message, as in a message. Let's continue. What is it that Aries does not see coming their way? I'm dumping a lot of videos today. For some odd, strange reason, I did Capricorn, I did Pisces, I did Gemini, and I did Aquarius. And for the weirdest reason, all fucking week long, they would not upload onto YouTube. So now there's going to be a huge YouTube dump from me today. If you're my regular that sees this video on Saturday, I'm uploading a bunch of videos today. Except for Taurus. Sorry, Taurus tomorrow. Speaking of Taurus, the Hierophant is here. And the Moon. This is a lot of major arcana I'm starting to see now. Why is always a lot of major arcana important when you see in a reading? Because those are the influences. This is how the universe works its way in course correcting you, guiding you, if you're going through a tough time, blah, blah, blah. You get it. But these are the cards that you don't see coming, which is the Moon and the Hierophant. Hierophant talks about commitments, like a marriage, like your career, like going to college and getting that degree, like dating that person and getting engaged, like setting up paperwork to create some sort of institution, like a membership. You get it, right? It's the tried and true path. It's the traditional route. But the Moon talks about fear of the unknown, secrets behind you, things that you're not aware of, whatever the universe is working on that you don't know, but you're just trying to live your life here the best you know how, right? So you've got this commitment here with this marriage and this situation, but there's a lot of things you don't know. Is this gonna turn into a marriage or a commitment? Is this the right path? Am I going down something traditional? We're going to see when we clarify. This one's going to be interesting because the Moon is very, very vague, especially in tarot and in spirituality. It's like when the universe is saying, like, I can only tell you so much because I don't want you to fuck up my plans for you, your betterment. Yeah. And at the bottom of the deck is another major arcana, which happens to be your card, the Fool, Aries. You're going to take a leap of faith and a risk. That means leave something behind and embark on a new path. Okay? Now, what's the advice here for Aries? Another Aries card, ironically. Page of Wands and another major arcana, the High Priestess. You got a lot of Pisces cards here. I see Sagittarius and Taurus too. And then another page. I'm seeing all the pages and all major arcanas. So when the instant feeling I get when I see that, without even looking at the numbers or the major arcanas and the cards and the influences, when I see major arcana and then I see pages, you have a lot of this young, small, immature energy around you. Meaning, what is small? A page is somebody who's far younger than you, like a child or a lover where you have a huge age gap. What's small? Small is like not a grand gesture like picking up the phone, talking to you live, or speaking one-on-one, face-to-face. It's texting. It's sending an email. It's something small in energy, right? I have the page here of Wands and the Page of Swords here. This is the stalking card. This is getting more information. This is like learning, right? Page of Wands is the excited little kid in the candy store. Got $1 and is in a candy store and doesn't know which flavor bubblegum to buy because there's so much, right? Overwhelmed, but so excited. The High Priestess is the no talking card, somebody you're not talking to, or because of your intuition, you know something, so you just don't talk about it. It's like the elephant in the room. But in your advice position, it's telling you you need to use your intuition. You really, really do. You need to be this curious kid. Get fucking curious. Like, Aries, you're great at reading in between the lines. You're amazing at looking at the gray and understanding it means something far more, right? So that's what it's telling you. Get information. Get excited to learn something else. Start using your intuition, because this is going to tie back to what I'm understanding now to be the first card that came out is the Nine of Cups. What's going to make you happy? What's your desire? What's going to drive you there? What's that goal? Create that goal and then make a plan to get there. Like, tell yourself, okay, I'm going to create a retirement fund this year, and when I get to the halfway benchmark, then I can take a vacation. Or I want to be in this commitment or this marriage or this whatever. I'm really going to put my efforts into that. I'm going to tell my friends, I want to be hooked up. I want to be set up. I'm going to put myself on apps because I really want to be in a relationship. this job, it sucks. You hate it. It's a toxic environment. You're going to use your intuition and ask yourself, do you want to stay in the same industry? Do you want to stay in the same job field? Do you want to leave? Get fucking curious. Use your intuition, get more information, and learn. Because if you don't, right behind this card is the Three of Swords. It's the most painful card. It's the sadness card. It's the sabotage card. What is the outcome of the week, please? All right. I have the Knight of Wands and the Page of Cups again. Sorry, breakfast with Irene today. And then the Fool card again. Ooh, I like what's back here. We'll talk about it in a second because this is the end of the week. This is where we're going into February. You're going to take some action and you're not even going to think about it. You're just going to go in and out. The Knight of Wands is non-committal. It's like having an affair. It's like going in, going out. It's like you go to a party and you leave. You're not going to stay to clean up the club. You're just going to go. And then the Page of Cups, which is talking about a good message, a nice text message, a message that makes you happy. All of this rings in feelings-wise light and fluffy. All right, non-committal. But it's nice because it almost feels like the beginning of something. And it's very exciting. But it's telling you, and you're going to take this leap of faith and a risk, but it's telling me something else. We'll see when I clarify. Because at the bottom of the deck, behind that is the Knight of Pentacles, which is going forward slowly but cautiously. And under that is the Ace of Wands, which is the passionate new beginning with somebody or a passion project. All right, let's continue. Let's start clarifying these guys. What deck do I want to use? I feel like this one. I feel like this one's going to be more real. All right. What is this Nine of Pentacles? Please clarify. The Sun. And the Two of Wands. This is actually the main theme of this reading. The Sun and the Two of Wands. You're at that precipice. You're at that door. You're at that threshold where you're going to propel yourself. You're looking into your future. I think this is why this Nine of Cups is here. But the Sun is also talking about happiness. It's the ultimate feeling we all want to achieve. Whatever that is. Health, wealth, love, abundance. Period. All right. What is this Nine of Cups, please? Yeah. Wow. Some of you guys really are going to flee the coop. Or fly the coop, as they say. All right. I want you to look at this. The Four of Wands. When it's in an upright position, this is what we call stability. Or, putting down roots. Like, how can I best explain this? This is the upgrade card. When it's inverted, it means it's broken. Broken promises, broken engagements, broken environments, like at your job, like no longer wanting to put roots down. It's like, when you go to the beach with your towel and you look for a nice space where you want to put that towel down on the beach, where you're going to park it for the rest of the day. It's like that. The Four of Wands is like, you're no longer wanting to commit to something. You're like, no, I don't like this fucking spot. I'm going to take my towel and move it over there because some weirdos move right next to me and they're blasting music and they're drinking beer and they're smoking on top of me and I feel nasty. I'm not saying that's wrong. It's just that happens. People feel that way. You're going to take your towel and you're going to move it down the beach and you're going to repark somewhere else for the rest of the day. It's the same thing with the Four of Wands in reverse. No longer interested in putting down roots. No longer interested. And this is why it was coming in the cross position. Not up, not down, in the cross. To me, the cross is the back of the head. It's like it can go up or it can go down. And these are feelings. So it's like you're trying to nudge it up so you can feel fulfilled. Because it's like this place you're at, this environment you're in with your relationship and love or your job, you're not feeling it. Moreover, why am I confirming this feeling? Because the Fool keeps coming out. The Fool keeps popping out. This is your card, the Aries card. What do Aries do? We say, fuck it. I don't care if I don't got anything lined up. I'm going out. And I'm taking the risk and I'm going to find another job. Or I'm taking the risk and I'm going to find another person in a relationship. Some of you guys are even juggling some stuff. Some of you actually got smart this year. You said, fuck it. I'm going to leave one foot over there and I'm going to put another foot in there. And I'm going to juggle both. But now you're ready to hop over, is what it's feeling like. So if some of you had a main hustle and a side hustle, you're leaning towards your side hustle. Those of you that were in a whatever relationship and you started talking to somebody new, guess where you're leaning? It feels like that. Cards are energy, so I'm reading the cards as they are energies. So you apply them to your lives, guys. You're smart adults. You're discerning adults, and you know exactly where this fits in your world. Now, let's see where Judgment and the Eight of Wands it's here for us. Well, Judgment is clarified by Judgment, so that's not creepy, at least not for me. It is. Because when I use two decks, and the mathematical probability of the same exact card in the same exact position with two different decks that have 78 cards each is pretty fucking rare. It's my way of the universe telling me that the original message I gave you, they're doubling down. You're going to make a judgment call. You're going to take that dusty old box of your feelings and your thoughts that you had from the past or whatever. You're blowing the dust off. You're taking the cap off. You're rising your shit from the dead and you're taking care of it. You're cleaning house, right? And the Three of Cups. Look at this. Some of you might be having a reconciliation with somebody that, I don't know, you're unearthing from the past. Others of you are celebrating and just having good news and you're taking action. Some of you might have been deciding to go towards a new job, a new career path, a new something, whatever action you're taking. Yeah, all the pages, Page of Pentacles. You realize that, I think you realize, Aries, as you're going along in life, in your path, in your journey, that everything is a life lesson, that everything is learning, and it always will be for you, because you realize you get to a certain point in your life where you don't want to be the wise old person in one situation. You change your circumstances so often that you are now wise, but realize that you changed your situation. So yeah, you are the person at the bottom of the totem pole. You're learning the new standard operating procedures of the new path that you chose, the standard operating procedures of this new company, this new business, this new way of being, or that you went back to school, or you reached a peak or a plateau with somebody and you're like, well, this is it, as far as it goes. Time on for the new thing. And you're getting more comfortable that way. Right? Because I do see you celebrating something here. This is definitely good news. Sure, it can be third-party situation that you're making a judgment call on, and you're taking action behind it. Yeah, you're healing, for sure. I had a feeling this was something about you and healing and finding your happiness and moving forward in life and celebrating something. We'll see if this is, when we do the love cards, we'll see if this is reconciliation, also in the extended. Now, the Moon and Hierophant. So, boys and girls, you do have a fresh new start in love. Some of you met a new person. That's why you don't know what's going on in the future. That's why you don't know what they're thinking, and that's why you're wondering if this is going to lead to a marriage or a commitment. Interesting. So I have two situations. I do see your feelings here. I do see your heart chakra wide open. Some of you are having reconciliation with somebody from the past, and it's a fresh new start in love, and you're wondering if it's going to lead to a marriage or commitment. Others of you, you're taking action. You're putting to bed some old situation, third-party situation for some. You have met somebody new here. Now, let's see what the advice is talking about. And that's why this is casual. You're taking something here casually. Maybe because it's new. All right, Wheel of Fortune and Six of Swords. Wheel of Fortune talks about this ace being an opportunity. It's a new thing in your life. It's a new change, right? And the Ace of Cups doesn't have to be new love. It can be something like a new job that you're going to love, or that you do love to do. It's just like your heart is full with something brand new, right? It's a new opportunity that the universe gave to you. They're saying go with the flow. Do not buck the system, because it will hurt. Moreover, Six of Swords right next to it is telling me, I want you to look at this card clearly, all right? Six of Swords always talks about leaving difficulties behind and going into something smoother and easier. And in your advice position, you need to leave behind you all that hardship, all that hard stuff. Because if you bring that hard stuff with you and in you, it will turn everything inside hard, right? I'm showing you this card because you see the girl in the picture, she's got the swords on her back. She basically collected the swords and she's running away with them so she can't get attacked. She's leaving everything behind her. She had people come into her village, pillage her. She had a home, she had a house, she had things in her house. She didn't care. She left it. She left it for her livelihood, to be alive. But she also, when she left, instead of taking her own shit, she took their shit and ran away with it. Okay? So they couldn't attack her. So she left everything she knew behind her. I say she because it's a female in the card. And went forward to a better life. She went smart because she also took their shit instead of her own. That's the sacrifice she made. And that's what this card talks about in your advice. The sacrifices that you need to leave behind for a better future. The universe is trying to help you do that by moving it forward, right? Get curious about a new path, a new journey. Use your intuition, propel you forward. This to me is awesome advice, if you ask me. Now I just have to use it myself. All right, what's the outcome of the week? All right, Hierophant, Three of Swords. So there was an ending to some of you who had a marriage or a commitment or whatever it was very painful. All right, it was very, very painful. And then you had this situation where you had a choice to make. So say this Hierophant is actually your job, right? Your commitment, you paid your dues, you worked so many years there, you did all this, you did all that, right? But they keep hurting you. They don't promote you. They don't give you a raise. They keep promoting other morons or idiots or whatever, or you can't understand. The environment no longer suits you or fits you is what it's saying. This marriage, this commitment, this past marriage or commitment that had hurt you, these are the clarifiers. They're not what is. It's just telling me what's affecting you, that you are doing something here casually. And this Page of Cups. You're sitting there throwing darts against the, you're throwing spaghetti up against the wall, seeing what sticks. Because you have a choice to make, Aries. And you don't know what it is. So you're like, fuck it, let's just throw a dart. You're in your head. Queen of Swords is back here. Ooh, the King of Pentacles. And then the Queen of Cups. You're trying to use your head and your heart, and it's like they're crashing. But you're doing something here casually. So you might have a lover, or you just met somebody and you're just only texting, no big things, right? And you're debating what to do, and it could be with this new opportunity that you have. February is looking very interesting to me. I can't wait to see what happens the following week. Romance angels, what's going on here? I'm so glad I was able to sneak you guys in really quickly. All right, worth waiting for. Flirt is at the bottom of the deck. All right, I have a feeling this has something to do with the new situation. but we'll see in the extended. Wisdom House tonight. What's the last piece of advice? No, let's do angel answers. Ask a question regarding your reading. What's on Aries' mind? The question that's on their mind, please. Tell me what the answer is. Ask a question, guys. Pause if you need to. Aries, please. I don't know what you asked, but it said no. Perfect timing. Actually, for those of you who are my members, I'm going to clarify these also in the extended reading. All right. So whatever you said, no, perfect timing. I don't think this means what you think it means. I don't think it means just cut and dry no. I think it means contingent of something. And now's the perfect timing for you to do something else, possibly. I don't know. We'll see when we clarify the extended. But that's the vibe I'm getting from this. All right, everybody. I'll see you next week. Thanks for joining me.